everybody, welcome to my channel. It's Garden Turns. So today is Sunday and we are going to be making Sunday dinner today. And so for dessert, I'm doing dessert. I'm going to do a caramel, old-fashioned caramel cake. So I'm going to use a box mix for this because I don't feel like doing a whole cake. Then there's a little twist to it. I needed some pudding because I forgot to get pudding, so I had to go to the Dollar Tree that was close to the house. And so they have vanilla shake instant pudding. I'm going to see how this Sonic vanilla shake instant pudding, I'm going to use this in my cake mix. So I have a stick of butter melted here, and I'm going to pour a little bit in my pan. Let me see how this goes, because I'm just going to do one pan of cake, and then I'm going to cut these and make little snack cakes with them. So we want to butter this pan because it's not a non-stick. So I poured a little bit of the melted butter in, and then you spread that around. And then I have my oven preheated to 350 degrees. And I take some flour here. Put a little bit of flour in. And you shake that around to coat your pan. And you want to try to get around the edges. Get them all up the sides and in the corners. My grandmother used to make these caramel cakes from scratch, and we would get it once the cake was not good anymore. Like it doesn't, you know how it would sit in under the little what is it they call, the little cake?
Yeah, the little cake cover.
Yeah, and then it was moldy. Yeah,
moist, and then man, that was bad for diabetics.
It was. All right, so I have a box of golden Duncan Hines cake mix, and I'm gonna put this in my bowl. All right, and then we are going to put in 4 eggs. Let's put our pudding also first before I forget. I always forget to throw my pudding in. So I think I figured out that whole carbuncle loofah. I think that it's very fibrous and that it has to like completely dry out. It's not like the ones I had last year. So put that in there. Mix this around a little bit first before I put my eggs. Okay, so we have a cup of butter. Not a cup, a half cup. That's 1 stick of butter. And then we have our eggs. We need 4 eggs. Hey, the eggs went up again this week because they seem like they've been going up every week at Walmart. I don't know.
They got $6 for, what is that, an 18-pack?
And then they had a recall at Snooks on Loughborough. They said if you bought any type of beef product at the Snooks at Loughborough, it is contaminated.
Wow. Well, you can't eat nothing.
No. I'm glad I don't shop at the Snooks on Loughborough. But don't that mean is all of their stuff from the same place? Get that mixed in. Just a little bit of water. You don't need a lot. We was talking about, okay, let's do a what do you miss about the 90s here again. My husband's going to go first.
Oh.
Spur of the moment. You gotta be able to just go chop.
Cars.
Did we said that already?
We said cars. Did we said what, clothes?
This is what you miss.
Okay, no, I'm saying you gotta mark off what we already said.
Okay, well, I do remember what I've said. So, let me see. What do I miss about the 90s? Let's see here. Mixtapes. I miss mixtapes. I miss being able to tape stuff off of the radio. I actually miss the radio. People don't seem like people really... It's not really a thing anymore, is it?
The same. How it used to be. Let's see. The neighborhoods.
What about it?
How they was like, everybody knew each other. They was warm. You know, it was like the ice cream truck.
Oh, yeah,
tumbling on mats. You know, throwing rocks, shooting BB guns. I mean, it's, you know, just growing up. The 80s and 90s. Late 80s, early 90s. The South Side.
Since we still live on the South Side,
right.
It's good. But, yeah. I miss being able to actually, like, tape stuff that you would hear. Like, I'd be like, oh, it's Tony Braxton's new song. And then it's like people actually cared a little bit more about music back then.
Right.
And even though these people were some devious folks that we, like, Puff Daddy from our era, all these people... I don't know. It just seemed different. It's different now. Puff Daddy needs, you know what? Never mind. Okay, so this is my cake. I'm gonna go ahead and throw this in the oven, and I'm going to be right back when we do the caramel icing for this delicious caramel old-fashioned caramel mini cakes. You're gonna love this recipe. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and then we're gonna start this caramel icing so it can have time to cool. Sea salt. The salted caramel is sounding good. What you think?
Yeah.
There we go. And then once this gets going, I'm going to put my thermometer on here. Candy thermometer. I don't want a hard cracked stage. I just want a soft, like a soft ball, because this is icing. So I'm gonna let this go, and I'll keep you guys updated. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. So I am going to start my scalloped potatoes next, because we got to get this Sunday dinner going. It's 3 o'clock, y'all. Let's see what time we'll get this finished. So we're gonna time us 3 o'clock.
Marinating the meat.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. All right, y'all. So this is another update on how the sauce is looking here. The icing is getting thick. It's thickening up. So that's good. And then this is the cake that I just turned out. I'm going to put this in the freezer. And then we're going to measure it and cut it. And then we're going to cover it with the icing once this is finished. It's not done quite yet. We are still at a little bit under 220. But you can see that it's starting to turn brown, which is good. So yeah, this is an update on the cake. This is going in the freezer. And then this is going to finish. And I'll see you guys. The next update will be when this is done. Don't forget to share, like, subscribe as Gordon Turns, Bees, Beds, and Boxing. And I will see you when all of this is ready to be assembled.
Put it on here, throw it in there.
Welcome back. So we are cutting up this cake here. So we just cut it 4. So what we got to do it like this way. Okay, so if we do it this way, we do it in equal slices going long ways.
3.5, which is right here.
No, these are the ones that are individual ones.
Okay, you're gonna cut this in half and then cut that in half because you want 8 equal portions.
Okay.
So since this is 7, do it at 3.5.
And I don't have a flat ruler. That's why I don't have a flat ruler. I need to get one of those because that's how you make sure that it's completely accurate. Okay, and then we want to cut this. Let's get a measurement here. That's 3.5.
So like 1.7 or something like, yeah.
All right, then we're going to cut that in half, and then we're going to get the rest of these done, and then I'll show you how they look in the end. Alrighty, so We are looking at about 240 degrees, which is a soft ball stage. And I think that's where we need this, because if we go up to 300, that is actually a hard crack. And you don't want like a toffee cake. We want a caramel cake. And as you can see, this has thickened perfectly, and it is caramel. So what I'm going to do now is move it off the heat, cut my heat off. And then I'm going to add a teaspoon of vanilla. Okay, and stir that up. We can remove my thermometer here. And then we're going to just let this cool down. And it should thicken as it cools. And then I have my cakes in the freezer. We're just going to take those out and ice our beautiful butter cakes. So I will see you once this cools. Don't forget, like, share, and subscribe. Delicious caramel cake for our Sunday dinner dessert. Everybody, so these are pretty nice and set. They've been in the freezer for a little bit. And then my caramel icing, let me show you how that looks. It is actually spreadable now. So I have a spoon and a little spreader here, and then this big long bread knife. I'm gonna do these one at a time here. And then we want to make this a layer snack cake. So I'm thinking about doing 3 layers. So I'm going to try to cut this evenly into 3 layers. And I'm going to do all of these like this. So I'm going to do the first couple so you can see. And then we're going to finish them off. And then we'll come back and ice them. Okay, so we want 3 layers. That's 1. And you can go ahead and let that fall. And then we need 2 out of this. Like so, and then you want to make sure you stack those so that you don't mix up which goes with which. And we're going to do the next one, and then after I do this one, we're going to finish them off, and then I'll come back once we are icing them. 1. And try to cut it as straight as possible so you don't have any lean. Okay, so this one. All right, so that's 2. Let us finish the rest of these. We have 8 cakes here to finish, and we'll be right back. So we're going to ice these cakes. I'm going to do the first one. I'm going to do where I'm doing all the layers first, and then we're going to go back at the end and then just finish icing the entire thing. So I have a spoon. I have a little cake icer and a knife. So with the spoon, I'm going to scoop icing onto the layer here. Okay, so then you want to spread your icing. And you want to put the next layer on.
Just like doing bricks.
Spread your icing.
Bricks.
And then put on the last layer. And you want to just put a little bit of icing on top here, because we're going to move on to the next one, and then we're going to cover these all at the end. Okay, so that's the first one. I'm going to do another one, and then once I get all these done and ice, then I'm going to come back and we're going to ice the entire cake. So just so you guys can see, again, you got a little scoop of caramel icing. You put that down. That's caramel. I just tasted it.
And it's stable. It's caramel ice. It's actually ice. It's actually thick and it holds up.
That's 1. 2. All right, y'all. So we just gonna do the rest, and then we'll be back to finish icing the entire cake.
Americans.
Right. goodness. 2 of them done. So we're going to get these all iced, and then I'll show you, you'll see these in the final video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. So these are my finished old-fashioned caramel cake snack bars. Snack cakes. They came out pretty good. We almost ran out of icing, but they look wonderful. That icing, that caramel icing, is set perfectly, didn't it? You can like touch it and they don't even do anything, but then it's still soft. So yeah, y'all look at this recipe that I'm gonna be posting this sometime today. This is for our Sunday dessert, and these are old-fashioned vanilla butter caramel cakes, homemade caramel icing, 3 layers. I mean, you can't get no better than this. Y'all better like, share, and subscribe. That's all I'm saying. It's Garden Turns caramel cake.